You reported a 2.2% revenue rise to 123.8 million euros in the 2014 financial year. What's your forecast for 2015 and why?
We expect in center management, basically in the commercial department, we expect something like 7.5% growth. Taking into consideration that the first 4 months of the year were very bad, with negative traffic, and obviously the Russians, Ukraine and the whole, let's say, crisis in Eastern Europe has affected us a lot. But we managed to catch it up through all the F&B developments we've done. Heinemann duty-free store in Central Plaza has seen some phenomenal growth, over 50%. And basically one of the strongest growth we see is the currency-related growth. For the simple reason the euro is cheap, all the other currencies they're very strong, and this is obviously benefiting in retail and F&B a lot.
Excellent. And you've opened, I think it's more than 100 new stores as part of a 2.5-year renovation programme. And I think last year the Pier West and Seagates areas were modernised, etc. Is there anything else left? Any further renovations or expansions on the horizon?
I mean, an airport that stands still is an airport that's not developing. So we have a lot of developments going on, but in terms of the really big projects, that was first Terminal 1, now Pier West. Now we're working on terminal development 2030 basically. So we're working very hard to see how can we grow the airport on one side, but also enhance retail F&B, because as you know, when we opened Terminal 3, we basically split our passengers. So we lost quite some productivity at that point. It will take a long time to get there, but we're very confident that today, I mean, we've worked a lot on service and quality and everything, but we need to grow a bit more. Our problem with having split terminals is obviously the duplication. By, I hope, Q1 next year, we'll have a board approval sign-off, because what we first need to do is we need to redevelop Terminal 2. Terminal 2 will mean either renovating or completely knock it down and build it up. Terminal 2 is in the heart of the airport. So that we need to fix first, and then we're going to build a second part most likely, which is Terminal 3, where we're going to add some space in order to increase our retail space, because Terminal 3, when it was built, we were already very stretched in terms of how many square meters per million passengers we have. This is what we're working on since basically 3 years. And we're kind of coming to the end of it, that the terminal development starts to take shape. And we're very confident that we can get there where we need it to be.
And you mentioned a couple of challenges before, like relating to currency, but there's also capacity reductions of airlines, etc. And we've had the Crimea crisis situations in the Middle East in the first quarter. How have you tried to, like, not overcome them, but come to deal with these? What can you do? What have you done?
Focusing on what we do, selling. I remember last year there was an interview that we had. What does Russia mean? Russia is only 2.5% of our passengers, 3%. Obviously, very big part of our sales. But at the end of the day, I think it is a bit, not a bit wrong, it's very wrong to focus only on Russians, because there's 97% other customers. So we've been focusing very strongly on driving sales. And we see that despite the negative growth we've had, focusing on sales and really driving provocatively sales, we see that we can overcome it. Because I think the one thing we do not do well in airports anymore is to do what we should do, selling. Okay? We have become a self-service industry, and I think this is the biggest growth potential there are. Even if the Russians, they're not there, we still manage to do in some stores +50, +40, +30, and that is all sales related.
And finally, you've been at the forefront of quite a transformation here. What does the future hold for yourself on Vienna, or Vienna Airport in general? For yourself, maybe?
I think Vienna Airport has shaped up a lot in the last 3 years, and I am very proud that I've been a part of it. Now the future for myself is I am leaving by year end, after 3.5 very happy years. I'm going to pursue my dreams, and that is to become independent. And the future will tell whether it was the right choice or not. But I will stay in the trade, I'll stay in the business. I'm just at the moment, I'm looking around what I want to do, but I'll be there.